and then take the plunge. Descending to 7 meters, Mohib and Mike Skylas begin the hunt. There are thousands of different species of sponges. The variety thereafter is the sheep's wool sponge. Its tough fibrous skeleton makes soft, long-lasting and ultra-absorbent bath sponges. The two divers' experienced eyes scan the seabed, looking for the right ones to harvest. Luckily for them, today the local sharks are too busy to pop by for a bit of Greek takeaway. Still, between the fierce underwater currents and the constant worry of Mohib's lawnmower packing up, they've got plenty to think about. Once they've located their quarry, it's a simple question of slicing through the sponge's base and popping it into a sack. As soon as their sacks are full, it's time to head to the surface. With the divers making several trips to the bottom each day, this is tiring work. It's too soon to start counting their winnings. No one's going to want to wash themselves with these weird-looking growths. The intense Florida sun kick-starts the clean, drying the soft outer skin. But while the sun helps break down the flesh, it isn't going to fall off all by itself. So to help with the curing process, the sponges get a good hosing. With a boat full of enough sponges to clean a crew of mud wrestlers, Mohib and Jim head back to port, satisfied with their day's work.
We were lucky that it was a pretty good trip. The only reason we're coming in now is because the water got a little bit murky. So, unfortunately, that's how it goes here. But things turned out pretty good.
Mohib heads off for a well-earned beer, but Jim's work is only half done. If Spongeman wants top dollar, up to $100 per sponge, he's got to provide a flawless premium product. And as any sea shepherd will tell you, the best way
you cut it down to size, like I say, depending on the customer's needs, and you're set to go.
It's a practice that hasn't changed in centuries.
They would have a tree stump in front of them, and what they would do is, because back then, let's not forget, they didn't have the chemicals that we have right now. So what they would do, they would come out of the ocean, sponge, and after it was clean out of the ocean, what they would do is they would have a paddle and paddle it, and that would break down any rocks, take out any sand, and then they would take a knife and cut the sponge and cut it down to its needs, and then they would get the sheep shears just to do the trimming.
Helping Jim out is Jesus Jimenez, the in-house saw specialist. Using a bandsaw, Jesus rounds off any oddly shaped by quality and size, using what looks like a toddler's learning tool. The final problem the pair face is that sponges are, well, a bit spongy. So to package them up, Nick stuffs dozens into a compressor, taking care to avoid an unplanned manicure. Jim and Nick will process 400,000 sponges a year. Thanks to their texture, durability, and the fact that, unlike synthetic sponges, these natural examples can soak up to 35 times their own weight of water, most of these beauties are destined to spend their lives soaking the armpits of America. Lucky them.